What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. You know, I had a really unique conversation with Dr. Chiasan Johnson not so long ago, talking about the concept of husband-sons. And husband-sons is different from son-husband. Son-husband is pretty much a young man who is the son of his mother, and because of the father or his father either dying or his father never being in the home or leaving the home, he has been ordained the man of the house. And so because of that, he takes on a great myriad of tasks, overloading himself to be the man for his mother that his father never was. But in contrast, husband-sons are already adult men who marry a woman who is usually older, more successful, and typically they provide some sort of physical or sexual relief to these ladies, while at the same time being completely incompetent and not being able to contribute financially. And typically these men are abused in such relationships. They are made to feel like beta males, and outside of that, they're doing, menial tasks, and they're pretty much, sex bots for these ladies. It is also indicative of the fact that the woman cannot get a man on her socioeconomic or intellectual levels. And so you've seen this not only in the entertainment industry, but this is also prevalent in the academic world. I have a friend that is an OBGYN. I will not call her name, but she went to Xavier University undergrad, and she was a loudmouth, very, very unattractive, but a loudmouth. Okay. And she ended up marrying a guy who was a stand-up or like a startup comedian. The guy probably made less than $40,000 a year. She's an OBGYN making more than $400,000, $500,000. But besides her, we've seen this with many women in the industry. You've seen it with Erykah Badu and J. Ryan Atkinson, Keisha Cole and Nigo Kale. You've now seen it with Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. We've seen it with a myriad of ladies, but one of the biggest ones that we've seen it with is Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. Now, again, many women have congratulated her on her first child, and Nicki Minaj is a hard worker. I will give that to her. She's a hard worker. She's built an international following, and I can't take that from her. But we must go back to the point that the best she can do, I'm not talking about Meek Mill, I'm not talking about Safari. When she got married, the guy she said I do to was Kenneth Petty. We know his criminal record. I won't go into that. But in comparison to Meek Mill and Safari, he is much less stellar in the economic department. Now, Nicki Minaj had a recent concert where she was trying to perform at the Essence Fest. She seemed to have some troubles doing so. And because of that, she looked like she's definitely pregnant. There's some videos here on YouTube saying, hey, is Nicki Minaj pregnant? So at first I didn't believe it, but I looked at the video. She definitely looks like she's pregnant. This would be the second baby by this man. Now she's married, so I'll give her at least some credit. But the question that I'm going to ask you is going to be very, very important, because imagine being pregnant by a man who cannot take care of you, and you have to go out there and perform pregnant with a man's second child who can't say, baby, you know what? I got you. Now, I know what you're going to say. Nicki Minaj is already rich. She's already doing very well. She's just a hard worker. She's going to go out there and perform anyway. True. I get it. She's an excellent work ethic. Okay? I won't take it. It's phenomenal. However, what's really egregious here is, even if she wanted to take it off, he couldn't help her because he is not on that level. So despite having an insatiable work ethic, If she needed to depend on this guy, the best he can do for her is fold her clothes. The best he can do for her is wash the dishes. The best he can do for her is vacuum. He can't do anything for her. And if we're here today believing that she chose this man because she wanted to, it's completely ridiculous. I can tell you she wasn't thinking about him when she was with Meek Mill or Sephora or flirting with the idea of getting with Drake. Nicki Minaj had no choice. And the relegation of that, or that kind of demotion in the sexual marketplace, is going to happen to many other ladies. And I've talked about it, but imagine you as a woman, you have to go to work. You're pregnant. Some women take pregnancies very difficult, just like periods. Every woman is different. Some women have migraines during the period, and oh my God, you better run. Okay? Imagine that you're dealing with a man that if you wanted to take off, he can't help you. Imagine you being successful as a woman. You know, those women who watch me, listen to me. You've done everything in your life. You know, you went to school. You've created an excellent record for yourself as far as a track record of your excellence. You're above standard in whatever your field or industry. You're doing very well for yourself. You've done very well. And now, all of that is for fail. It is completely negated for the fact that the man that you are with is a little boy in comparison to you. What does it say about the person in the relationship? Only one of you can earn. Only one of you is motivated. Only one of you is talented. Only one of you is the alpha male, and it's the woman. How could you even respect a man that's on that level? You can't, because he's a little boy. He can't go anywhere. He's completely in bondage. You have to take care of a grown man. But what would that say about you in question? It would say a lot. And we typically want to run away from these conversations, but this is what Black America is becoming. Black America is becoming the land of talented women marrying and taking care of little boys that they said that they would not take care of. And these little boys are really men. But we're seeing that. But what we're not talking about is the failure to appeal to anybody else. And don't just talk about, old black men. Open up your options. What about successful white men? Clearly they would marry Nicki Minaj, right? Hispanic men? Or was that not even an option? We're not gonna sit back and say, I could have had anybody I wanted, I just chose him. No, that's a lie. That's like saying, I could have had any car I want, I just tried to just beat up ass Datsun over here. Or just beat up Hyundai over here. I didn't want the Land Rover. No. People do what their options are saying. If a person can live in a great neighborhood, they will. You're not gonna tell me you're gonna have a Range Rover, a Ferrari, or a Lamborghini, you're gonna live in a $1 million house, and you're married to Kenneth Petty. You did that one because you had no choice. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top, and as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.